Hi, it's Iragis again, and I wanted to share my experience regarding human ego and regarding the fact that most of the unhappy moments we experience come from dissatisfying relationship with other people. So people just stubbornly don't want to do what we expect them to do, and it gets on everyone's nerves. And through life, many people keep thinking how to make other people do what we want them to do, and most of the times it never works. Never works because this time actually it's better quality of the picture. I'm very glad about it. So most of people don't succeed because they forget or they don't consider the number one fact about construction of human. So every person has an ego. We all heard about it, that it's survival mechanism, that it is related to the brain, that it is responsible for survival, and that it always wants to show off. So what's hiding behind? What can be found behind this wish to be liked, behind this wish to be admired? It's just basic survival needs. Because if people like you, they admire you, the chances of your survival get higher. Because in case some bad events happen, in case the war starts, people whom you know will share food with you if they think you are worth sharing it with. Which means that they will be eager to share something important for survival only if in their estimation you can be of benefit to them in future. And what is considered beneficial by other people? It's fame, money. During wars, money can be easily lose their power, meaning the calculation of how much you can buy for it changes, and it gets redone after big historical problems. It happened many times in history. It happened during Second World War. So it's basic need for survival. People who are not visible, who are shy, who are not perceived by egos of other people as worth being friends with, most likely, if the war starts, no one will share I call it a plate of soup with them. Because it just doesn't pay off. Yeah. So every person consists of material side, which is body, survival, body needs, and the spiritual part. And the materialistic part is guided by ego. It's ruled by ego. And that's why everyone wants to be number one. Everyone wants to be admired. Everyone wants to be somebody. No one wants to be zero. Even there is a store which name is winners, not losers. No one wants to be loser. Everyone wants to be winner, including me. And if you remember about this fact that every person on this earth has an ego, then if you try to get the behavior you want from other people, you cannot get it straightforward. You cannot get it by opening up all your cards and saying out straight what you want and demanding from the person, you should be this, you should be that, because if you are like that, I will be happy. Who cares about your happiness? Who cares about my happiness? No one. That's why it is your own responsibility to be happy. So, in my experience, it happened with many people, with way too many people. If you frankly tell someone that you like someone, and especially if you share sincerely what you expect from other people, oh my God, most likely that person will mock you. You will not be valued. You will not be loved. You will not be given what you wanted from that person. That's why, in order to get what you want from another person, unfortunately, you have to play different strategies, you have to play games. Unfortunately, you can afford being 100% friendly and polite at the workplace, where it's your duties, where you have to be a politeness machine. No matter whom you approach, if you work with people, you should be at their services, you should be ready for the best quality response. But in terms of friendships, in terms of relationships, oh my God, it's so easy to become the reason for mocking gossips by other people. We want it or we don't want it. When people meet up after hours, after work hours, did you notice what they discuss? It's almost always the sentences starting with my sister, my brother, he did this, she did this, my aunt, my uncle, she, he, she, he, she, he. They rarely speak about themselves. They speak about other people. Their ego wants to underline, to stress out that they are smarter than that person whom they are gossiping about is less fortunate and less smart, and they are smarter. These are all ego games because it gives ego a certain type of satisfaction to compare yourself with others and to conclude that you are more fortunate. Most people even don't think about it, they just do it subconsciously. They are driven by this mechanism, they are not evaluating it, they're just doing it. They are, you can say, they're ego slaves. To some extent we all are. So I recorded this short video today that if you love someone, you are not allowed to tell it out. You are not allowed to share it openly, to say this person that, hello, come on, I love you. You know, it's done. It doesn't pay off. It's a message to the ego of the receiver that, oh, I've got someone who's after me and ready to serve me and ready to do what I want. Ego values only those whom were not so obvious to get, who were not so obvious in their behavior, who were not so easy to reach, and who constantly have to be re-reached. So those considering whom you can never be sure, 100% sure, that they will stay with you no matter what, that they are just readable like a book. It's such an old truth, but we forget it many times in life. I forgot it many times in life, and every time it caused me lots of pain, lots of disappointment, and the same conclusions. If you want happiness, you have to play games with people. Otherwise, they will not value you. They will take you for granted. And if you are too reachable and too easily reachable, they will make jokes about you. And if you don't stop being at their needs, if you stop being their toy, they will be mocking you and joking about you, even during your meetings with them. So you will be sitting at the same table with those people, and they will not refrain from making jokes about you, about your stupidity, about your naiveness, about naivety, being naive. So the more you allow, the further they will go, really, because human ego is constructed in such a way that it's like animal. It's cruel. It's cruel. It's it wants blood, and it's not human at all. So if you want to get what you want from other people, you have to play with their egos. You have to make conscious efforts of making a theater out of those relationships, really. Otherwise, it will be failure. And most of unhappiness experienced in life by most of people are caused by relationships with others. So in order to prevent yourself from living in a nightmare, from living in constantly drained feeling of being misunderstood, of being played with, you have to remember about ego mechanism. Not be readable, not be predictable, not be at every wish. Today you can be reachable, tomorrow not. The third day, not even possible to get you on the call because you don't answer the calls, you disappeared, right? All these things, tricks, you can call them tricks, work. Less tricks, more pain. So you are to choose what to do with your life. You want to feel a romantic pain of unhappy love when you love and the other person doesn't love you back. I want to know that someone is desperately waiting for your answer if you will say yes or no. So you want to be first or you want to be second. If you do nothing, you become automatically second. And again, I'll repeat that it sounds weird, it sounds old-fashioned, but the way people are constructed hasn't been changed since the day they were created. So exactly the same mechanisms work, and lack of practicing in this subject brings lack of happy results. It brings, simply to say, pain, which no one wants to experience. So to reduce pain coming from relationships with other people, stop making them so important, stop putting them first and yourself second. You can do so only at the workplace with the clients. All other relationships have to go after you. You should be number one, they should be number two. And then, believe me, everything will get much better. If you never tried it, it's perfect time to make such experiment and see the difference. Otherwise, it just never ends in pain and despair, really. Don't let people put you down. I'll save this video. I'll be glad to receive your comments if you have your thoughts and your experience and maybe your stories. That's always of high value. Let's help each other to live the most happy lives possible. See you soon.